Welcome to Fairytale World.
Far out in the ocean, where the water is as blue as the petals of the most beautiful cornflower and as clear as crystal, lies the kingdom of the Sea King. It is very deep, deeper than any human has ever reached, where sunlight barely filters through, and strange plants and creatures glow in the dark. In a magnificent palace built of coral and adorned with pearls lived the Sea King, a widower. With his old mother and his 6 beautiful mermaid daughters. The youngest was the loveliest of them all. Her skin was as clear and delicate as a rose petal, her eyes as deep blue as the sea, but like all merfolk, she had no feet, her body ended in a fish's tail. The little mermaid loved to hear stories of the world above the waves. Her grandmother told her about ships, towns, and humans who walked on legs.
On land, flowers
But the
had
most wonderful
fragrance,
thing, she
and
said,
humans had
was that on
immortal
land,
souls.
flowers
On
had
land,
fragrance,
flowers
and humans had immortal
fragrance,
souls that
and
lived
humans
forever
had
after death.
immortal souls.
Mere people lived for 300 years, but when they died, they turned into sea foam and ceased to exist. When each princess turned 15, she was allowed to swim to the surface. One by one, her sisters went and returned with tales of sunsets, clouds, and cities. But the little mermaid waited impatiently for her turn. At last, on her 15th birthday, she rose to the surface. The sea was calm, the sky painted with evening colors. Nearby, a grand ship sailed, filled with music and lights. On board was a handsome young prince celebrating his birthday. The little mermaid swam closer. Enchanted by his dark eyes and kind smile. Suddenly, a fierce storm struck. Thunder roared, lightning flashed, and the ship broke apart. The prince sank into the waves. The little mermaid dove deep, found him unconscious, and carried him through the raging sea to the shore. She laid him on the sand near a temple and sang softly to him until he began to breathe again.
In the depths we find our song, where we both belong.
Then, hearing voices approaching, she swam away sadly, for she could not stay. Back in the palace, the little mermaid could think of nothing but the prince. She visited the spot where she had saved him every day, watching from afar as he searched the shore, wondering who had rescued him. Desperate to be with him, she went to the sea witch. Who lived in a terrifying part of the ocean filled with polyps and monsters.
Please, there must be another way.
I can help you, croaked the witch. I will brew a potion that will give you legs instead of a tail. But every step you take will feel like walking on sharp knives. And there is a price. I will take your voice. You will never speak again. Worst of all, if the prince marries another, your heart will break, and you will dissolve into sea foam at dawn the next day. Unless he loves you truly and marries you, you will never gain an immortal soul. The little mermaid agreed. The witch cut off her tongue and gave her the potion. She swam to the shore, drank it, and fell unconscious as her tail split into legs. When she awoke, naked and in agony, the prince found her. He was kind and took her to his palace, dressing her in fine clothes. She was graceful in her dancing, though each step caused terrible pain, and everyone admired her beauty. But she could not speak or tell him who she was. The prince grew fond of her, calling her his little foundling.
You remind me of the girl from the temple.
He said she reminded him of the
Do
girl
I?
from the temple who had cared for him after the shipwreck.
You remind me of the girl from the temple.
I am the
Though
girl
it was
from the
actually a
temple, but I
novice
can
from the
still speak
temple
with
he
my
had seen
heart.
briefly. Yet, he believed his true savior was lost at sea. Time passed. The little mermaid lived in hope, suffering silently. Then, the king arranged for the prince to meet a neighboring princess. When he saw her, he realized she was the girl from the temple. He thought she had saved him. He declared his love and decided to marry her. The wedding ship sailed with joy and celebration. The little mermaid, dressed as a bridesmaid, danced for them despite the excruciating pain, knowing it was her last night. Her sisters appeared at the ship's side that night, their hair cut short. "We sold our hair to the
Did
witch
you hear
for this
that?
dagger,"
Kill
they
the
said.
prince? Are you sure?
"Kill the
Absolutely.
prince
It's
before
time.
dawn. Let his blood touch your feet, and your tail will return. You can live with us again." But the little mermaid could not do it. She loved him too much. As dawn broke, she threw the dagger into the sea and leaped after it. Her body dissolved into foam on the waves. But instead of ceasing to exist, she felt herself rising into the air. She had become a daughter of the air, a spirit invisible to humans. The daughters of the air explained, because of her good heart and suffering, she had earned a chance at an immortal soul. By doing good deeds for 300 years, she could rise to heaven. And so, the little mermaid, light as a bubble, floated above the world, watching over children and bringing gentle breezes, still hoping one day to earn the soul she longed for.